All right, we're ready for our day 8 recap. Here we are in Osaka, filming from the outside.
From the outside.
From the outside. We had a really great filming location at the laundromat where we still have 32 minutes till our clothes are finished. But the music that they were playing was really loud there. So we decided to walk around the block and find an outdoor space to give the day 8 recap.
Yeah, day 8.
Yeah, and we took no notes. So we're just going to go off memory. It was only yesterday, so certainly we'll remember what we did.
Breakfast. Start with breakfast.
Gosh. Okay, we're at...
Or we could say Nespresso in the morning. I can start there.
Yeah. They may not care for every little detail of our day.
But you like it.
I do like the Nespresso machine. But we're at the Intercontinental Osaka, and we're there for 3 nights. We have 3 days worth of their buffet, and after having their buffet yesterday, I was determined I was not going to eat all the rest of the day so that their buffet could be my 1 meal a day. It was that good. However, I did not hold true to that promise to myself because around 2 o'clock I started to get hungry again, but I deliberately ate small portions for both my lunch and my dinner so that I would be hungry for that buffet breakfast.
I'm not sure why she's chosen to eat once a day, but...
Well, I wanted to be able to eat as much of that breakfast as I could because it was so delicious. There were so many options, and I just get full so quick. And I hate that feeling of just being completely stuffed. And so I wanted to be super hungry. But yeah, what do you think of the buffet breakfast?
It was good. Well worth it.
Man, a few words.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so good. I mean, even just the juice selection. They had like...
I like the Osaka Energizer.
Yeah, the Intercontinental Osaka Energizer. They had every juice you could think of. And then they had a yogurt station with every topping you could think of. They had a cheese and meat section. They had the whole part where when you sit down, you can order whichever way you want your eggs, and you can order your fancy coffee, and the wait staff brings it to you. And then you can then fill in the gap with an assortment of meats and fish. And they had a ramen station where they had the noodles and a big vat of like close to boiling water, and it had directions. Like you put the noodles in, and they had little containers that keep your noodles separate from other people's noodles, and you boil them for 1 minute, and then they had all the toppings you could put on your ramen. I mean, around every nook and cranny, there were more choices. They had a whole assortment of fermented foods you could try. They had curry and rice, and I mean, I was trying hard. Oh, and the pastry counter. Oh, I mean, the choices were endless. That's why I needed to be more hungry so I could just pig out on all the things. But I get full too fast is the problem, really. That's why I was going to just not eat at all the rest of the day so I could take more advantage of the buffet.
All right. So she likes the buffet.
I did. I really like the buffet breakfast.
I like the buffet. And anything else about the buffet?
No, but I'm interested, instead of going chronologically on this video, I'm interested in sticking to the food theme for a moment, just because our lunch that day was quite interesting. And so we'll just hit all the food and then come back to what we actually did. Do you know what was interesting about our lunch choice?
I don't remember it.
So we decided to have just a really quick lunch. And so we went into the basement of the building we're staying in, where there is an assortment of food selection, plus there's a 7-Eleven.
Oh yeah.
Because we had thought about, hey, why don't we just go to 7-Eleven and get a light snack? But then there were all these other restaurants there, and they were a little tempting, yes. And I remember we went to eat because the happy hour at this particular place stopped at 2:30, and we got there at 2:36. But they went ahead and seated us, and we ordered from their menu, and this place was like an around-the-world place, which was heavily German, I thought.
Well, around the world beers.
Around the world beers. They had a book of beers you could choose from.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because the American beers were some I had never heard of. They were a brand called Pike beer from Seattle.
Yeah.
But that was the only American beer on their menu. I was looking for a Beta beer. I was like, if a Beta beer made its way to Japan, that would have been cool. They're from Louisiana. But no, Pike beer is the U.S. option. But that wasn't what was interesting about this restaurant. Tell our audience.
What was interesting?
Do you not
Just
remember?
the ordering? Or?
No. What were we listening to?
It was the music that was soundtracked or recreated Disney music. Right?
It was cover songs of Disney music is what was playing in this. Like we were hearing the Lion King song, the Little Mermaid song.
But they weren't by the original.
No, they were covers, but it was every single song for the entire experience in this around the world bar was Disney music.
That was interesting.
It was very interesting.
And so the other thing was you get a little QR code, you scan it with your phone, and then it brings up a menu. You order what you want, press the button to send it, and then you get your food eventually. So
yeah, the wait staff brings it. And again, we were just looking for something light because we had pigged out at breakfast. And so I got the seafood, do you say paella? It's the rice dish. And it had shrimp and mussels on it.
It was pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you got the skirt steak because you were really interested in protein.
Yep. We had worked out, so wanted
Yeah.
to get some protein.
Yes.
Yep.
And then since we're going to stick to the food theme for dinner, what did we do for dinner? What did we do for dinner?
You said you didn't want to eat.
Oh, that's right. Yes, because again, I was trying to hold off, but we ended up going to the happy hour at the hotel bar because when we checked in, we get $100 to spend in any of the restaurants within our hotel, and they do a happy hour from 5 to 8. And we were racing our way back to get to our hotel before happy hour ended, and we got there at like 7:35, ordered a glass of champagne, he got the doers, and then you ordered the Wagyu beef burger with fries. And I was hungry, and I originally was going to eat, but even at happy hour prices, like the club sandwich was $20.
Oh
and
my
I'm
gosh.
like, I know, but I wasn't hungry enough to eat a $20 club sandwich. So I just took 2 bites of his burger and ate most of his French fries.
She was too cheap to eat at a restaurant that was charging Chili's prices.
I cannot help my inner thrifty person.
But the thing is that it's definitely different than any other restaurants that are outside the area.
Yeah, because we're
most part.
staying in such a fancy place, and everything in this 9-story building has fancy place prices, which was evident even from that around the world restaurant. Like just to go there and have 2 small tapas-style dishes and 2 drinks was $30. Whereas so many places we go, you can get a tremendous amount of food and drinks for so little. So we just are really in an expensive building, and we should venture out a little more. But I didn't mind so much at the bar last night because
That's relative, though.
it is relative, yeah.
It's relative expensive.
That's true.
It's not expensive in real life.
That's true.
It's just expensive comparatively.
You're right. Relative. So, but it was fine. I felt quite content to go to bed and save my stomach space for breakfast this morning.
No, she did eat, mind you, from my plate.
Not a whole lot.
So when I'm hungry and I've walked 15 miles that day.
So now that we've covered the food, why don't we
Well, I don't think we're done with food yet.
Oh, we're not
We're
done?
still talking about you eating mine. I can't order a plate by myself because she decides that she doesn't want to eat her own plate.
You know, when we got married, there was an understanding that what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours.
But you didn't get anything to eat, did you?
Well, my backup plan was that if I was still hungry, I would just go to the 7-Eleven that's in the basement of our building and get an egg salad sandwich. But the 2 bites of your burger and the majority of your fries filled me
I think
up.
it was more than 2. But that's all right. I shared.
So, shall we talk about our activities for the day?
I think we can move on now.
Okay, we let it go?
I've let my grievances out.
So let's see, what did we do? We started the day, after having this enormous buffet, we needed to go for a walk. Because I was so stuffed, and it was like, let's just go for a walk, see the sights, And on that walk, we didn't stop anywhere. We just explored the buildings some more because, again,
basically the train station area and the rest of the buildings. So
because where we're at, it's like every building is its own experience because of all the different stores on all the different levels. And so yeah, we just went for a walk.
So we went for a walk.
And then we went to the hotel gym.
And we went to the gym.
Because we wanted to let our food digest before we went and worked out. This hotel gym, wow.
It's nice.
It's so nice. They have a Smith machine. They've got a full lineup of dumbbells. They've got all the cardio machines you could ask for, to include Peloton bikes. And for the first time, I saw one of those mirrors, like the smart mirror where you can have the personal trainer and you're mimicking their actions. And this gym had an InBody machine in it.
Oh yeah, we did our InBody.
We both did the InBody, and it prints you out a copy, and with our translator app we were able to see what our measurements were.
We navigated it in Japanese.
And we were the only ones in this gym. There was one gentleman there just for a little while, but then he switched over to the swimming pool and started swimming laps.
Yeah.
But the gym was phenomenal. Plus it had a whole room for stretching and yoga. So it was really great. And they had really good music pumping through the speakers. And like when I say pumping, it reminded me of like, I can't make the sounds, but it's like the bumping music, like for techno-ish. Anyway, between between each of our sets, we kind of got the happy feet and would do some rhythmic dancing.
Yeah.
So that was really good. And then after the gym, I really wanted to try the Japanese bath because that's another amenity offered by the hotel. And I had to look up what's the difference between a Japanese bath and an onsen. And the difference is the onsen is filled with natural hot springs, the mineral waters, whereas a Japanese bath is tap water. And there's a whole process to it. And so I was kind of venturing outside my comfort zone to figure this out. But the way it works is you walk in, you have to put your shoes away in a locker, and then you go to the locker room and you got to get naked, completely naked. Now, they are not co-ed. There's a male Japanese bath and a female Japanese bath. But the protocol is you do not wear any clothes at all. Then they have like the large bath, which is kind of like a big, large hot tub. No jets or anything, just a very big, large, warm, hot bath. And then they also had the dry sauna and the steam sauna. And they have a whole shower section and a bath section where you get clean before you go into these areas. And then once you're all finished, they have towels and robes and a whole station full of like hair products and blow dryers so that you can get clean again and presentable before you exit back into the real world. So I did it. It was good. The sauna, holy crap. First off, we have a sauna at home. It's an infrared sauna, and we usually sit in it for like 20 minutes at 150, 155 degrees. So I'm thinking, I got this, and I went into that dry sauna, and they had a clock on the wall, and it was a 12-minute clock. So it was the whole shape of a clock, but every minute, 12 minutes. And I'm thinking, well, that doesn't seem like enough time. I could not even stay in there longer than 6 minutes. Like, it was so hot. It was like at 85 degrees Celsius. Best I could tell from their temperature gauge, it was sweltering. I felt I just needed something to drink. And they had a beverage station just right outside. So it was like, I was in there for like 4 minutes and got out and had some water real quick. And then I tried again, and I mean, it was so hot. So it's got me questioning whether my infrared sauna is actually doing any good. Like, what if all the health benefits come from a dry sauna with that intensity of heat? So I don't know. Nick did not want to try the Japanese bath, but I really wanted to go and try to have the full experience that this hotel offers. So yeah, so then after that, what did we do?
I had a Japanese bath in my hotel room. It was nice.
In the privacy of your hotel room.
Privacy of my hotel room.
No seeing other naked men.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I wanted the full experience. The full experience. So yeah. But after that, it was time for us to venture out into the world because there are some sightseeing things here that we should see while we're here. The number one thing to see is the Osaka Castle. And the Osaka Castle was, I'm trying to even remember how far from our hotel, like 3.5 kilometers?
Something like that.
And so whenever we were looking at Google Maps, it said you could walk there in an hour and 10 minutes or take a subway there in like 45 minutes. And I don't understand why the subway would take that long. We haven't gotten on the Osaka subway system to see if it's very different than the Tokyo system, but it didn't make any sense to me that it would take that long to only go 3.5 kilometers. So we decided to walk. And by the time we got there and got back to our hotel, we had walked a total of 8.9 miles. And that's where we were racing back from in order to get to happy hour. But tell us all about Osaka Castle.
What about it?
Well, I've been doing all the talking, and this is a equal partnership here.
Oh, I'm just going to stand here and be quiet.
No. You get to do the talking about Osaka Castle.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it was a castle on top of a hill inside of a moat with big giant boulders that built up the walls. It's a really awesome place. It's got a nice little park that you can walk around on the outside.
Yeah.
And get a lot of good views from the downside looking up. And you find your way around the moat to a bridge that's pretty cool looking. It goes
Yeah.
across, and then you can walk up through the pathway. It's like a big stone ramp that kind of just traverses a zigzag pattern up to the inside of the castle walls, right? And then you get inside of it, and there's a big castle standing up there right in front of you.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
And we had arrived right at closing time because you can go inside of it and go all the way to the top and look out. But as we arrived, they were making the announcement that it was closing. And in all honesty, I kind of feel we got lucky to get there at the time we did because we were able to see it in the daylight, and then we stuck around long enough to see it at night. And it is just majestic at night.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
We walked around and just took pictures from every angle. And at night they have these giant floodlights that come on, and it just makes it glow.
Oh yeah, it does. It's like a glowing ghost of a castle. It's
Yes.
a big white castle with nice ornate golden accents and like a traditional style roof and tile. It's really cool.
It was really cool. And it was nice doing the walk just to see more of Osaka. And Osaka is quite a bit different in my perspective than Tokyo. And I don't even know how to describe it. But it wasn't like right where we're staying, where our hotel is, it's very built up and tons of people and shopping. But as you walk out, it's just more spread out, and it's more, I think, like businesses that are like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a little bit different. But one cool thing when we did finally get back to our room, again, we're gonna just test to see how well our brains are connected. What was the cool thing once we got back to our room? Our brains are not very connected. What did we see out our window? What did you see out of our window?
Oh, would I show you? It was the castle.
We didn't even know it. You could see Osaka Castle from our 27 floor window. And it just, once we knew what it looked like, it was so easy to spot. It was this glowing beacon in the distance. And it just, had we not went there, I think we could have stayed the whole 3 nights not realizing that we could just look out the window and see it. It was beautiful. So once we saw it last night all lit up, this morning it was easy to spot it again. It was just breathtaking. Amidst all these giant skyscrapers, and then there nestled right on the river is this super old castle. I don't even know how old it is, but it's super old. And so it was just beautiful.
That it is.
Yeah. So that kind of sums up our day. For the second time since we've been in Japan, Nick beat his step goal. How many steps did you get yesterday?
31,000 something.
31,000 steps yesterday.
It's close to 32,000.
Yes. So we did quite a significant amount of walking, plus the workout, plus the Japanese baths. I was feeling very healthy yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything else to add? I'm trying to think if we've left anything out. It was really a very balanced day between just enjoying the hotel and getting out to do at least a little bit of touristy stuff.
Yeah. The weather was nice.
Oh, amazing. The weather
It's nice
here
today.
has been phenomenal. It's like in the 70s. I mean, it's hard for me to imagine a better time of year to be here. It's October right now. The leaves are just starting to turn.
Right.
And
especially over by the castle.
by the castle, yes, there was.
Very noticeable there.
Yeah.
So
But no, we're having a great time. Today we're doing laundry, so the laundry will be finished in 11 minutes, and then it'll be time for us to go take that out. The cool part, another exceptional thing about Japan, their laundromat, the machines wash and dry the clothes. You don't have to switch between two machines. So for 1,000 yen, which is what, $6.70,
something like that.
we're able to do all our laundry. And this may very well be the last time we have to do laundry this trip. We still have, what, one more week? Maybe a little less? I can't even remember. Today is...
Yeah, we got about a week left.
Okay.
7 days.
So maybe have to do laundry once more. I don't know. I guess it just depends if we want to travel home with all our clothes dirty or not. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video from the outside. You'd be surprised how hard it is to find a place to record outdoors. We've tried a few times and it just hasn't worked out, whether it's at a city park that gets overrun with school kids, which would have probably been cool just to see, but it was very loud, or construction sounds going on. So here we are in a park, not the best scenery in the background, but you know, it's the city, so.
It's the city.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at the time, you can see that we've held it to under 30 minutes, and I think that
Oh.
is due to the fact that Dory had to stand the entire time.
Yes, I was.
Made her speed up.
I told him, I'm like, it's a good idea if we just stand, then we might not drag this out as long as we
I'm
usually
just blaming
do.
it all on you.
I liked standing. I felt mobile. So, thanks again for watching, and we're gonna go tour Osaka. Adios.
All right, see you guys.